Most people spend their entire lives running a race they've already lost. They believe wealth is built by working longer hours, working harder, and slowly climbing the corporate ladder. But there is a mathematical advantage in the system that changes everything once you reach a certain number. It's called the $200,000 inflection point. This is the stage where your money stops being just savings and starts acting like a full-time employee that works for you 24 hours a day. There's a famous investing quote that says the first big chunk of capital is the hardest to build. And in today's economy, because of inflation and rising living costs, that critical mass is closer to $200,000. In this video, I'll show you the math behind why this number matters, why most people quit just before reaching it, and how crossing this point can dramatically accelerate your wealth journey. Let's start with the grind phase. Getting to $200,000 feels slow and painful. In the beginning, you are the only engine. Every dollar comes from your effort, your disciplines, and your sacrifices. At this stage, compounding feels invisible. A 10% return on $10,000 is just $1,000. It doesn't feel life-changing. This creates what many people experience as the valley of disappointment. You save for years, and your balance still looks small compared to your final goal. Many people give up here. They increase spending, take on debt, or stop investing consistently. They think the system doesn't work, but the math is working. It's just building momentum quietly. Now comes the math flip. Suppose you are able to save $20,000 per year from your job. That's already an excellent savings rate. Now look at what happens when your invested capital reaches $200,000. At a long-term average market return of about 10% per year, $200,000 can generate roughly $20,000 in growth in a good average year. That means your investments can potentially add as much as your yearly contribution. This is the crossover point, where your capital starts matching your effort. From here onward, your money becomes a second income generator. Some years will be down, some years will be up. But over long periods, this is where acceleration begins. But there is a danger at this stage. Lifestyle creep. When people see a large account balance for the first time, they feel rich. They upgrade the car, the house, the lifestyle. But every dollar removed from invested capital is not just a dollar spent. It is future compounded wealth lost. If you spend $50,000 from invested capital, you are not only losing $50,000 today, you are losing what that money could have become over the next 20 years through compounding. The real cost can be several times higher. This is why many people reach high savings once, but never reach true financial independence. Now let's look at the silent acceleration effect. If someone reaches $200,000 and simply keeps that money invested in a diversified, low-cost index portfolio, history suggests that money can double roughly every 7 to 8 years on average over long periods. That means $200,000 can grow to about $400,000, then $800,000, then over $1 million, without adding new contributions. If given enough time, and if markets perform near historical averages. If contributions continue alongside compounding, the growth becomes even more powerful. This is when wealth starts snowballing instead of crawling. There is also a psychological shift that happens once you build a strong investment base. You stop feeling desperate about every paycheck. You gain negotiation power. You can walk away from toxic work situations. You make calmer decisions during market drops because you understand long-term math. Confidence replaces fear, but protection becomes more important than chasing jackpots. At this stage, the goal is not to gamble for massive wins. The goal is to avoid massive losses. Diversification, low-cost index investing, and avoiding excessive debt or leverage become critical. Fast money schemes and get-rich-quick promises become more dangerous than attractive. No one can guarantee returns, and markets can be volatile in the short term. Always make decisions based on your own research or with a qualified financial professional. The key idea is simple. $200,000 is not the finish line. It's the starting engine of compounding. The early years require discipline and patience. The later years reward consistency. Every large portfolio you see today once started with someone's first small investment. If you stay consistent long enough, the math eventually starts working harder than you do. Comment the word freedom if you are committed to building your first major investment base. And if this explanation helped you, subscribe for more deep dive wealth breakdown.